News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. In 10 innings on Tuesday, the Cubs doubled up the Brewers 6-3 in Milwaukee. Mike Tauchman hit a go-ahead single in Chicago's 5-run 10th. The result snapped a 5-game skid for the Cubs. Ben Brown struck out a career-high 10 over 7 hitless innings. Milwaukee got their first hit on Sal Frelick's one-out single off Hayden Wesneski in the 8th. Milwaukee's NL Central lead over the Cubs was trimmed to 3.5 games. The Brewers got a pair of runs in the bottom of the 10th before Tyson Miller struck out Andrew Monasterio to end the game. The Blue Jays pounded the White Sox 7-2 in Chicago. It was the 7th straight loss for the Sox. At 15-41, they're off to the worst 56-game start in franchise history. Nicky Lopez tripled and doubled for the Sox. Andrew Vaughn singled home Zach Remillard in the 8th. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy?
Totalmente.
Now you can get 50% off any unlimited data phone plan. That's one line for only $25 a month, and you keep the phone you love. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. So find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Offer ends July 31st, 2024. Promo subject to cancellation after 12 months. Available exclusively online and in Total by Verizon stores. Requires a compatible unlocked device and SIM. See totalbyverizon.com for device compatibility and additional details. Taxes and fees may apply.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, bag boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys, bag boys.
Listen up. Four Corners Radio is the new addition to WRMN's exciting lineup of highly informative talk radio programs. The show is hosted by William Pellerinos, a nationally recognized DUI expert witness and author of the book DUIs Decoded. The discussions on this program will focus on legal issues, food and restaurants, arts and entertainment, and diabetic health information. William Pellerinos brings on a variety of guests that include restaurant chefs, health experts, authors, attorneys, police officers, nurses, and local artists. Listen to Four Corners Radio every Saturday at noon, beginning on Saturday, May 25th on WRMN. Find out more info on Twitter at Police Project One and on Facebook at Pellerinos Police Project. That's Pelarenos Police Project. Welcome out to lunch with WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'll be taking you through the next 2 hours of your lunch break. If you've already started your lunch break, congratulations. The rest of us, I think, are joining in with you. But it is noon, high noon, as some of the Cowboys have said and referred to it. Even though it is 6 after, it's okay. Trying to get it to the point where you can set your watch to WRMN. And that's kind of something I want to talk about today. I want to talk about programming. I know I've been teasing it over the last couple of days that that's what we want to talk about. But I've been inundated with guests, and it is amazing. I love it. It's like when okay, so have you ever been to a place where somebody has just had dogs that have had like puppies? There's like a bunch of puppies that are running around. I absolutely love it. When guests are everywhere and there are new friends to meet and there are new voices and new experiences and new messages and new life stories, I get that feeling like I'm just being surrounded by puppies. Like just, oh my goodness, it's so great. It's amazing. So I want you to feel that as well. So with that, that's why I'm asking about the programming. I want you to look forward to the next show. I want you to listen to this one and turn around and go, you know what? This is what's going to happen next, and this is what I like, and this is what I expect. So if you got one of those internet machines and you got an email, go ahead and send a message to info@WRMN1410.com. and let us know about your programming choices. What do you like to watch, listen to, enjoy? Everything, all of the media that you consume, not just what you do on the radio. If you got favorite movies that you like, if you've got a television show that you have to watch every single week, otherwise you go blind, that's what I want to hear about. So that's what we're going to talk about today, too. We're going to talk about good media, what makes good media, what's your favorite media, and we'll kind of look at our flavor palettes. We all have different flavor palettes. We all have different tastes and things, and part of life is kind of experiencing what you do like. We get through a lot of things we don't like. There's a lot of things in the world that we don't like. But it's when you see that thing that you do like that you can hold on to, that you can experience and go, man, I like that thing. Let me go find another thing I like. It's really cool to experience life. After all, we are the universe observing itself. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Studio 14. That would be 847-931-1410. I know that because of my handy-dandy one sheet, which has now been upgraded, by the way. I can now take notes on my handy-dandy one sheet with the accessory of pen, right? Little marker, put it on there. Now I can erase it. We used to use, I don't know if anybody knows ink or what are those, the wax pencils or grease pencils, where you just kind of peel the tip and stuff like that. That's what we used in the Navy. We use those instead of dry erase because, I mean, it's harder to just brush off. So I tried doing that once when we were putting together a system down in Florida. And, yeah, the humidity doesn't like those grease pencils so much or the cleanliness. It's a lot of things to wipe around. So I do understand why the dry erase is the way to go. But without further ado, you don't want to hear me talk about my office accessory problems over here. Let's talk about the Downtown Elgin Business Buzz. My goodness, I've been looking at it for weeks now. Weeks across the street over at the Douglas Odds. Right across the street from us here at Studio 14, we've got the Shawarma Stop that is opening up. I cannot wait. We have a ribbon cutting announcement. That's right, ribbon cutting Friday, May 31st at 11:31. I'll be right here on the air. I'll get to see everything that's happening right at noon. Actually, they'll be on the air for game day. Where's my head at? This month has just flown by. It's game day on Friday, so they will be live at this time, and they'll be able to actually see what's happening next door. If you want to come and see what's next door, go ahead and come down to 13 Douglas. I told you they're the oddballs. They're the ones on the other side. We're 14. They're 13. There's the 15s and 17s live on that side. But go ahead and come down. Join us for the grand opening. And that would be at the beginning, let's see here, at 11:30 a.m., a perfect time to grab something for lunch. Come here downtown in downtown Elgin and say, I was here. Do you know when that Shawarma Stop opened? I was here. I was right here for the grand opening. It was pretty fun. I had I had this dish, or I tried this over here, or my goodness, I can't believe the rice was this good, or the shawarma, or the kebabs. Like, there are so many great things that are over there. It's all Mediterranean food. If you can think of it Mediterranean, it's over there. This fast casual restaurant is a first of its kind in the area and will be serving Middle East cuisine. The Shawarma Stop is excited to open its restaurant in downtown Elgin with a soft opening on Thursday, May 30th. So that would be tomorrow. They're going to do a soft opening tomorrow, so I may grab lunch on that. And then do a grand opening on Friday. So I'm looking forward to it. I have to do a lunch show. I think that may be what we end up calling this show. Sonar has to do a lunch show. But no. If I have to, I'm going to be looking at this thing the whole time. This is amazing. I'm so happy to have just a go-to. I can run across the street. Don't forget as well, during the Elgin Pride Parade on the 1st, you'll be able to also go down there and get some of that amazing shawarma. And what I'm working on now, I sent it over. I sent a message over to the LGBT community, the Elgin LB. Let's see here. I sent it over to them to see if we can get somebody over to talk about the Pride Parade that's happening June 1st. Starts at 11, going to be happening all around the downtown area. I hope you come down. So let's talk about some street closures for the parade. Riverside Drive from Prairie Avenue to the Chicago Street from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. will be closed. Grove Street from Chicago Street to Prairie Street from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then Grove Avenue from Prairie Avenue from Lake Street from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. No parking signs will be posted along the route for the entirety of the day. So if you want to go find a map, don't forget to go to downtownelgin.com and you'll be able to find them there. Also, Elgin Valley Foxtrot. You can find more information about elginfoxtrot.org/courses. The race route will involve the closure of the following streets. This is on the 2nd of June. The road closures will begin at 5:30 a.m. on the 2nd. We've got North Grove Avenue between Kimball Street and Slade Avenue. River Bluff Road between Slade and Cedar. Congdon, I have to get a correction on that spelling or a pronunciation, Avenue between Prospect Boulevard and Cedar Avenue, and Cedar Avenue between River Bluff Road and Congdon Avenue, Slade Avenue between North Grove Avenue, and the Fox River Bike Trail. So I believe there is a map in the course at elginfoxtrot.org. That's June 2nd. So if you need to know more information about all the things that are happening here in downtown Elgin, go ahead and come down. Go to downtownelgin.com and look at the Downtown Neighborhood Association. Jennifer Fukala does a phenomenal job running that industry and service. I was just talking to Elisa and Rafa for Las Mañanitas for Saturday, and we were talking about all of the great things that happen during this time with downtown Elgin and the farmers market opening up and all kinds of great things that are happening out there downtown. So let's see what else we got here on the list. Representative Moeller talks end of session June 3rd at the coffee shop in Elgin. Let's see here. Representative Moeller talks end of legislative session at June 3rd in the coffee shop. Representative Anna Moeller will meet with local constituents early next week to discuss the just finished state legislative session. Representative Moeller, the Democrat from Elgin, will have a coffee stop this coming Monday, June 3rd, from 1 a.m. to noon at Roll and Donuts Cafe inside the Gail Borden Library, main branch in Elgin. So if you want to meet your state representative, Anna Moeller, you can meet her at the coffee shop in the Gail Borden Library. That address is 270 North Grove Avenue in Elgin. The coffee stop shop will give the representative a chance to discuss her work in Springfield as the legislator just approved a new state budget and wrapped up the business for the spring this week. She will also be available to answer questions and discuss local issues. That's 11 a.m. June 3rd over at the Gail Borden Library. If you got questions for anything like that, contact her district office at 847-841-6985. staterep7130 or staterepmoeller@gmail.com. That is staterepmoeller, or again, that number 847-841-7130. That's it. If you want to, it's good to get involved with your local politics aspect of it. And state is definitely one of those things that is a local politics, because in the Constitution, or at least the Bill of Rights, with our 10th Amendment, we've got states' rights. So states' rights, local rights, at times will supersede the federal aspect of it. Just looking at the whole mess with marijuana that we keep finding ourselves in with legislation, until they clean it up. Look at the states' rights on that aspect of it. So that's where the 10th Amendment comes into it. So it's good to talk with your local legislative representative to ask those questions and see where their head is at. WRMN will do whatever they can to help you and everybody of the community stay more informed. So we're going to try to see if we can snag an interview with the representative as well. Coming up, Flag Day, June 14th. Please join us for a spectacular Flag Day ritual annual service commemorating the birth of the American flag, when June 14th, where the ceremony will take place at 4:30 at the Veterans Memorial Park, which is located between the rear of the Gail Borden Library and the Fox River. Transportation, there's two of them. Drive there yourself. No, go ahead and come down. You don't need to RSVP, you just show up. The second option is ride the Elgin Township shuttle bus. You do need to require the RSVP for that shuttle bus, though. It will be at the rear entrance of the Elgin Township by 3:30. If you hop on that bus, they'll take you to the library. If you can get it to over there, it's great. Flag Day is a great way to celebrate yet another symbol of us as a country and us as a unified country. I mean, the symbols on the flag themselves are representatives of communities that have come together. We've got 50 states and we've got 13 colonies. So you see where we came together and where we started and where we're at. So the flag has some great symbolization right there. And join the Flag Day ritual. That'll be at 4:30, Veterans Memorial Park, Gail Borden Library, June 14th. Go ahead and go there. If you need the transportation, go ahead and RSVP. Where to RSVP? I'm sure you can call the center at 847-741-2045, or go to elgintownship.com and find more information there. So still running through our announcements. Don't forget, you can always jump into the show at 847-931-1410. Let's see here. Food for seniors. Let's go ahead and look at that. Senior Services Associates, June 14th and the 28th, Food for Greater Elgin. Senior Services and Food for Greater Elgin are teaming up to feed local seniors in June. Prepackaged food boxes will be delivered for seniors age 60 and up, located in Elgin, South Elgin, East Dundee, and West Dundee. This program is to serve isolated seniors who have no assistance from family, friends, or neighbors, and who are unable to physically shop for themselves. Call Senior Services at 847-741-0404 to register. That's 847-741-0404 to register. You must receive confirmation, including delivery or pickup instructions, to be included in the food box distribution. So that's why you've got to call. I'd read it in Spanish, but I'm not that good yet. Give me some time over the summer. But the number is the exact same, 847-741-0404. If you need to call, they do habla español. June delivery pickups, deliveries between 1:30 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. Or you can pick up your own box at 1:30 p.m. at the Food for Greater Elgin, 1553 Commerce Drive in Elgin. You must register to be included. So make sure that you register, and that number to register is 847-741-0404 or 0404, however you'd like to say it. But you must call if you want to be a part of that. And this is something that is also a community-based system as well. These are a lot of volunteers. These people are also there to not just deliver the food, drop it off, and go. These are check-ins. If you'd like somebody to check in with you, if you would like somebody to just make sure that that if there is an emergency, maybe there's a time and an expectation. A lot of times when people do feel isolated, they feel like there's nobody who's expecting them to be at a time and at a place. This is a guaranteed delivery from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. From Senior Service Associates and the the Food for Greater Elgin, and they're there to deliver it. So for depression or anything else, or even just seeing a friendly face, talking to somebody face to face, this is a great service here, especially if you can't get out and get your own nourishment. So go ahead and give Senior Services a call, 847-741-0404 to register, and they'll be able to help you through all of that. This is Food for Seniors age 60 plus, and that will be June 14th and June 28th are the two days for drop-off. Well, that concludes a lot of my announcements, but like always, here at WRMN, we are packed full of community information. So I'm going to continue a little bit about what we've got coming up this week. It's only Wednesday. My goodness, the week is being chock full. We've got lots of stuff coming up, especially game day. So I hope you're getting your bingo cards in. That's what you need to participate, or you can play the bidding for bargains. There'll be more. We'll talk about more. Let's see what information we have in store. Let's see. There you go right there. We'll be right back. You're listening to Out to Lunch. Again, if you want to join the conversation, jump into Studio 14, right on the phone or right on the street. Studio 14 Douglas, or 847-931-1410. We'll be right back after these.
Hit the open road and experience the fresh air of Wisconsin at the Grand Stay Hotel and Suites in Mount Horeb. This award-winning hotel is just outside Madison. Mount Horeb is known as the troll capital of the world. Families can go on a troll hunt through the historic downtown or check out Cave of the Mounds just minutes down the road. The Grand Stay offers a beautiful pool and a hot tub with year-round fun. Visit grandstaymounthoreb.com today to schedule your visit.
Renata's Old Salem Cafe is now Renata's German restaurant with old family recipes for delicious Bavarian dinners. Renata's is also known for breakfast and lunch. Renata's German restaurant has fresh baked German pastries. For a hearty breakfast, try Renata's for pancakes, skillets, and more. They've also set the standard for catering excellence. Try Renata's German restaurant off Irving Park, west of Wise Road in Hanover Park. Visit renatasgermanrestaurant.com.
Michael Brown, former Undersecretary of Homeland Security and Director of FEMA, is your new full-time host of The Weekend, which airs every Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN. Each week on the popular 3-hour program, Brown offers listeners a fresh take on the weekend talk with his provocative insights into current events, politics, and culture. So late in the day on Saturday, make it a point to catch The Weekend with Michael Brown right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
The weather is getting better, and we know it's the time when ladders and DIYers come out. Before you start any new outdoor projects, ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any type of work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
The Elgin Police Department is partnering with the Illinois Department of Transportation, the Illinois State Police, and more than 200 local law enforcement agencies to step up enforcement efforts across the state in recognition of Distracted Driving Awareness Month. Throughout April, motorists can expect increased patrols looking for texting and driving as well as other traffic violations. Between 2012 and 2021, approximately 32,000 lives were lost in crashes involving distracted drivers. Everyone has the potential for distracted driving crashes, but those between the ages of 16 and 24 are especially at risk. If you need to text, pull over to a safe location. Or if you have a passenger, consider appointing a designated texter. Whatever the solution, don't text and drive. In Illinois, using your phone in anything other than a hands-free mode is not only dangerous, but it's also illegal. The Illinois Distracted Driving Campaign is funded with federal traffic safety funds administered by IDOT. Join the Boomers June 4th at 6:30 versus the Florence Y'alls for Educators Appreciation Night, presented by Waterville Advisors. Come out to Wintrust Field on June 5th at 6:30 p.m. versus the Florence Y'alls, presented by Encore Village of Schaumburg. On June 6th at 6:30 versus the Y'alls, it will be Busch Light Bucket Hat Giveaway. The first 1,000 fans 21 and over will receive a Boomers bucket hat thanks to Busch Light. Also 2-for-1 Busch Light beer all game.
Ever take your car through the auto emissions lane only to experience the sinking feeling that your car has failed the test? Don't fret. Let Meineke at 376 Sundown in South Elgin fix the problem for you. Meineke's mechanics will determine the exact problem with your vehicle and suggest necessary repairs with Meineke's diagnostic service. Pass that test with help from the trained Meineke technicians. Call today for your appointment. 847-888-9644. That's 847-888-9644.
Welcome back to WRMN Out to Lunch. We're going to talk about a wonderful festival, a wonderful event that is happening at Gilbert's, Illinois. You can go down to Square Park this weekend. That is 195 Jackson Street in Gilbert's, Illinois. If you do need the zip code, I guess it would be 60136, but you're not sending a letter. You're trying to deliver yourself there yourself. It starts tomorrow. That's right. Carnival starts 6 to 10 p.m. already going. Go ahead and go and see gilbertcommunitydays.com for more information. So with that, of course, we're not just going to leave you here in the dark. My goodness, we're WRMN after all. So we have a fantastic representative for Gilbert's here. Sir, go ahead and introduce yourself if you would.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Sonar. So I'm Riley Lynch. I'm helping coordinate pretty much the event with the rest of our team over at the Village of Gilbert's.
And you've been here already, Riley?
I have. This is my third year helping with this fest. So glad to be back, glad to be on the air talking about it. It's shaping up to be a really nice weekend, so I'm looking forward to it.
How is it how much fun is it that you get to be the one that kind of sets the playlist? Like you're the guy at the party that's like, no, we're going to listen to Cake and Metallica, and that's it. That's all we're gonna do.
Exactly.
And I get to set it. But you've left it open more than just a narrow-minded side of it. This is a celebration of the community of Gilbert's.
Exactly. I wanted to make sure everyone had an input into what we have there at the event and how it kind of evolves, because it is a little bit different since I first started it 2 years ago. That was right after like the pandemic was just lifting up, and it's grown into this really nice community-centric event that it meets its purpose, which is to bring everyone together.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to setting that playlist, I do like to throw in my personal choices here and there. Of course, approved by other people, but you know.
Absolutely. Well, and that's part of it. I'm not saying like, oh, behold the power. Like you're not sitting here like that, but it's really neat to kind of be the cheerleader for a community, right? Because I kind of get to do it for the whole Fox River Valley for it, and I like that side. And it's not the power aspect of it. It's the knowing of everybody. Oh, I got a person over here. Oh, if you're looking at that, this is the guy to talk to, and that's the person to do it. How important is this? Let's take it, not just the family side. Of course, it's going to be fun. How important is it for like a business to kind of be involved with this too, in this group project of other businesses and other community leaders?
Exactly. You put it perfectly. It's kind of being like, not necessarily in the know or having that power necessarily, but it's bringing all those people together, the specialists, the business owners, the residents, their families, even the school districts, all together because they're all part of that community. So when it comes to businesses, we always make sure to invite tons of them for our expo. We have businesses that are not just local to Gilbert's itself, but to the rest of this area. Same with our sponsors that get up on banners. They get our recognition on our social media pages. It's really there to give them that exposure to the community, to make them feel a part of the community. And that's awesome. Also what I love about it.
That's great. And that's the architect's dream, right? Is to say, here's what we build and let me see the vision while everybody comes together and we all build this amazing structure and this amazing time. So it's all got layers as well. So the first layer is tomorrow, is Thursday. And you say it is Carnival.
Yes.
What is Carnival? That sounds amazing.
Yeah. So there's a lot that goes into it. They're setting up right now as we speak. So they'll have plenty of rides, games, and all the type of like carnival type food, your funnel cakes, corn dogs, anything you could think of like your traditional carnival.
These are core memories here. And to take it back to you started this after the pandemic. How much of the pandemic just drove you to do it, to setting this up and going, you know what? I'm in a bottle. I can feel the pressure. I need a celebration.
Yeah. So they actually had community days before the pandemic too. It just got put off for 2 years, which was like the first time in the history of Gilbert's, basically. Yeah. So when we came back, we really wanted to do something that was a celebration of getting people back out to see the new members of the community that have moved in but haven't been able to meet anyone yet. And it's just grown from there. And
because you could have been a business for a good 18 months without even ever meeting your neighbors or experiencing that. And I think that's what a lot of this community days for the Village of Gilbert's is let's check in with our neighbors. Let's check in with each other and see what's happening. Like, yeah, we may see each other back and forth, but it's like this block party for the entire village. It's a really neat side of it. So you've got Carnival for Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday is where a lot of stuff kicks off, right?
Yeah, there'll be some music on Friday evening too. But Saturday is really the biggest day. If the weather holds up, which it's looking like it might just rain in the morning, but even if it rains, I mean, it's still a fun time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and so you've got kids zones, you've got face painting, we've got lots of things, and then you talk about Sunday, you get into classic car stuff. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself.
There's a lot.
Let's start off first. We've got a business expo happening on Saturday morning when you're talking about, hopefully not the rain, but let's talk about that first. Let's talk about the beginning of it.
Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday afternoon, we have a 2-day business expo.
Wonderful.
That runs about from noon to 4 o'clock. And that's where a lot of our local businesses and surrounding businesses come out and show off what they got. It's a great time for the businesses to put faces to names, to meet new potential customers, and also to do their own little fun giveaways in their events on their own. Elgin Recycling, for example, they're going to be hosting a dunk tank with all the proceeds going to benefit Shop with a Cop.
You got the Fox River Valley Library over there. We've also got the Red Barn Animal Hospital. This looks like a great business side of it to just, rub elbows with the other business aspects of it. But let's not just talk business. We need to eat, we need to drink, we need to be merry, right? So you've also got some local food and wine places that are coming in too. Pub 72, Black Hawk Barbecue. What is a citrus smasher?
Yeah, that's a fruit cup, like actual fruit. They have all different kinds of varieties, from like your traditional lemons, limes, oranges, to even some mango and passion fruit.
Wow.
All in a big cup. So when it's a hot day, that was the lifesaver last year, let me tell you.
And it's odd with the spring weather is you take a shot in the dark and you're like,
you don't quite know what you're going to get.
Oh my goodness, especially with a 35-degree shift at any moment that we're not sure. So, okay, eat, drink, be merry. Oh, so that's the dancing. So there's got to be some great musicians and bands that are coming through. And what I like about this is I think a lot of these are just local bands. Yeah. They aren't anybody that you flew from California to come over here and perform. It's like, no, this is a community festival. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, most of these, Smoking Guns, they're local to this area. They're most of the bands that we get, you've probably familiar with a lot of them, or you may have seen them played at other places. We wanted to keep that feel. We're not quite to the stage where we want to bring in like REO Speedwagon or anyone just yet. But
I heard 311 will play for like anything.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
It's
also, give them a couple free beers. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You get a house tab, you're okay.
Yep.
So the other one, when you were on Mark's show, is I kind of like that grunge rock era, and you have this band Interstate 90.
Yes.
That is going to be there. That was the one I was excited to hear about.
Oh yeah, they play what you would think the 90s. They focus more on like your Stone Temple Pilots, your Pearl Jam. Really great way to kick off Friday, I think. So their show is going to be fantastic. This is the first time we're going to have them at our event, so I'm happy to have them. And plus, being so close to Interstate 90, it only makes sense.
Absolutely, it does make sense. I'll tell you, the best 90s band, if I ever had to just make a Frankenstein 90s band, it would be Chris Cornell and 5 Dave Grohls.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yep.
Let's see here. Yeah, and if you like the 80s hair rock as well, on Saturday there's going to be the Headbangers Ball.
Oh, yeah. I've gotten calls from people all over excited for them, ready to come out and party to them. So get out your mullets, your Pit Viper sunglasses, and get ready to rock out. They do more of like your Def Leppard, your Motley Crue. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's cool. That's really neat right there. So you couldn't have done it without some of these great sponsors that are out there. The Rec Auto Group, Elgin Recycling, Brown Commercial Group, that is Shocks Towing, right?
Yep.
And then it is Plot Property?
Plody.
Plody. Oh, yep. Okay. Plody Management Property, LLC. Thank you for helping put on the Village of Gilbert's Community Days. We're talking with Riley Lynch of the Village of Gilbert's. We're going to be right back after these few messages to talk a little bit more about the intricacies of what's going to be there. No, we're going to talk about the Kid Zone. We're going to talk about all the fun things you can do when you bring the little one over there, because you got to get them young. You got to start them. You can't have a tradition if you don't have a couple years invested into it. You're listening to Out to Lunch. This is WRMN. Riley Lynch of the Village of Gilbert's will continue our interview right after this.
America's First Responders Fest, Saturday, September 7th at Panton Mill Park, South Elgin, Illinois. Join us Saturday, September 7th for America's First Responders Fest. The South Elgin event will pay tribute to veterans and all first responders. This year's event includes Rapid Response 5K and Fun Run starting at 10 a.m. The festival hours are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We'll have first responder stage tributes. There will be a classic car show from JP Car Shows. Live bands featuring Deacon Frost, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, Jimmy Nick, and the Junkyard Groove. We'll broadcast live right here on WRMN 1410 and at WRMN Radio on YouTube. There will be food and beverage trucks, kids' activities, and market-style vendor booths. For more information and updates leading up to the event, please visit afrfest.org. Again, that's Saturday, September 7th. For more information, visit afrfest.org. That's America's First Responders Fest, Saturday, September 7th at Panton Mill Park, South Elgin, Illinois.
In the mood for some great barbecue but just don't have time to make it yourself? Carry out Coleman's Barbecue on Elgin's East Side at 79 Clock Tower. Coleman specializes in ribs, tips, chicken wings, seafood, and sandwiches with sides like coleslaw, potato salad, and dessert. Try Coleman's Exotic Mild Sauce. It's the bomb. You can also buy sauce in gallon or pint sizes. It's prepared just right, the Coleman's way. Call 224-535-8153.
We are Lions International, the world's largest service organization. We are volunteers committed to strengthening our communities and supporting those in need, one act of kindness at a time. For more than a century, Lions have been serving a world in need, right here in our community and around the world. Lions International makes the impossible possible. This is your invitation to join us, because the only thing missing from our mission to make a difference is you. Visit lionsclub.org to find a local Lions Club near you.
If you are 50 years and older, you are welcome to join Elgin State Bank's sponsored movie days at Elgin Marcus Theater. It will always be on the second Thursday of each month. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. At 9 a.m., you will hear a very brief message from Sherry Aschenbrenner about upcoming senior events, and movies will begin at approximately 9:30 a.m. Coffee and a donut is complimentary. You can always call the movie theater hotline number of 847-888-7976 to find out what movies are playing each month. The cost is $3 if you are a member of Elgin State Bank, meaning you have an account there, and $5 if you are a non-member. And for more senior information, catch Sherry's Senior Showcase on the third Tuesday of every month at 9:15 a.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Celebrating 70 years of serving the Fox River Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM is proud to inform and entertain you every day with great local shows that keep you connected with the people in your community, like the Radio Shopping Show, where listeners are encouraged to let us know about their experiences with our business partners.
We did the Japanese garden, and they had a free show at the time that we went. We went over to Denny's restaurant where we did the breakfast, and then we head off to Wisconsin Dells. We did the Pirates Cove, the Knucklehead. It was just a fun 3-day trip. So thanks to you guys.
The voice of the Valley and the home of the Radio Shopping Show. You are listening to WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Welcome back to WRMN. You're listening to Out to Lunch. My name is Dennis Sonar Green, 47 minutes after the hour. Unless you're listening on YouTube, well, how's the future? I hope it's neat. Hope it's cool. I hope it's not raining if you're watching it in the future. Why am I talking time travel? Because of YouTube, dummy, come on now. Future, you're going to watch it, you're going to push the button, you're going to hit that, what we call in the industry, video on demand, the VOD. I don't know if you remember this, Riley, but do you remember the old DVRs, or even back further? Let's even test it back. Do you remember setting the VCR to make sure that you captured your show that you needed to go? Not just the TiVo, but the VCR.
No, I actually didn't even have that.
No,
I was still on that old VHS watching what did I have? Rescue Heroes at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. But technology has grown. We now have a much larger platform, not just AM radio. We've also got that digital side, and that's what I'm referencing. So over on the YouTube side, if you want to watch this this interview here, and then they want to go back and watch the other interview with you, with Marky B, maybe he asked more poignant questions. Maybe he held your feet to the fire. What's it really like at Gilbert's? What's going on here? So if you want to listen to that interview, go ahead and go to YouTube, WRMN Radio, right there. Well, of course, we're talking about the community days from the village of Gilbert's. That's starting tomorrow. The carnival kicks off at 6 p.m., and that'll also be on Friday for the carnival. All of the other events happen on Saturday. The Kids Zone is what I teased before we went to the break there. Riley, at the Kids Zone, you've got them both days, both Saturday and Sunday, and this is for almost the entirety of the whole day, or is it just the afternoon? What are your plans?
It's just for the afternoon.
Okay.
So on Saturday and Sunday from about 12 to 4, we'll have a whole bunch of different activities going on at the kids' tent each day. So Saturday, we've got Home Depot from Carpentersville. They're actually going to come out and do some hands-on crafts.
That'll be fun.
So they've got a whole bunch of, I think last year it was boats and birdhouses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not quite sure what they're going to bring this year, but it's always a big hit. So that's always fun. And at the same time, we're going to have a face painting out there. They'll do little waterproof tattoos as well. So that'll be fun. Any type of your favorite animal, even if it's mythical, I mean, they can do it.
That'll really be fun, because I like getting that with the kids. With the beard, it's not so much. I can only go like cheeks up. But no, they get to pick what goes on, and then I just get to walk around the rest of the day with a unicorn or a star or whatever on my face the rest of the day. You've got a petting zoo, that's going on. Sunshine Farms is going to be there. Do you have like an area that they're going to bring in the animals for the day and then take them back home? You're not leaving them on the street overnight or nothing, right?
Some
my
of them
goodness,
are really adorable. So we'll have a set area, and we'll have that petting zoo there for both Saturday and Sunday. So they'll take the animals home at night, and then they'll bring them back the next morning. So goats, little calves, puppies, all types of farm animals. It's really enjoyable.
That's awesome. You've also got the Children's Theater of Elgin on Sunday. Are they going to do a performance?
They are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to do a little preview of one of their upcoming plays, it sounds like. So I know they're throwing two different ideas back and forth, so it'll be great to see them on stage again. We had them back 2 years ago, I want to say. And it was awesome to have all the parents out there cheering on all their kids. So glad to have them back.
And if a petting zoo isn't enough for you, we've got JG's Reptile Show that starts at 12:45.
He'll be bringing a lot of the animals you don't normally see around here. So your iguanas, your alligators, your snapping turtles, your regular box tortoise. So he always puts on a great show, and it's always fun to see the kids either go like, "Wow, that's so cool," or like, "No, don't bring it any closer."
You hear the screams of just like, "No, please."
Yep, the screams of happiness. Yep.
Exactly. So the other thing that's going on that you can see, not only all of the great vendors that are going to be there, the tables, the food, everything else, the other eye candy that's going to be there is the classic car show.
Yes.
Right there, you can register if you've got something that you want to put into that car show. You can register with DJ Rudy K at 224-587-6803. That's DJ Rudy K at 224-587-6803. And the car show is going to be located at the Cruisin' Pub 72.
Yep, it's going to be right down our main drag, pretty much.
Wow.
So in between Pub 72 and Cruisin'. So there are two like popular restaurants in town.
Okay.
So right down there, it'll be hard to miss it. You'll see all the fancy cars.
That is amazing. So now that we've told you all about all of the great things that are happening, first off, you can always find all of the information that we've been talking about at gilbertscommunitydays.com. How do people get to gilbertscommunitydays.com now, or get to Gilbert Community Days?
Yeah. So the best way, I think, is go to Town Center Park.
Okay.
Because we're going to have a shuttle that runs from there directly to the park site over at Town Square Park.
Is there better parking at Town Center?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot more parking. Otherwise, you're looking at on-street parking.
Oh, goodness. And we're trying to have a party on the street.
Yes,
you don't want to be driving through the party.
No. So there is handicap parking that's like directly across from where the park is. So that'll be nice. But most of the parking will be on many off streets around Town Square Park. So think Jackson Street, Gilbert's. Off of Galligan, you have Rollin Anderson. That's going to be closed down for the carnival. But then you also have Center Drive and Town Center Boulevard. So, but if you want to avoid all that headache and parallel parking like I would, go to Town Center Park. And a shuttle will be running every 15 minutes to pick you up.
Oh, that'll be great. You don't have to register for the shuttle or anything like that. You show up. Hey, I'm a person that needs to get to the other side of town.
Exactly. They're making their rounds. So.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
Okay, so now here's the other big question that everybody's going to ask. How much? How much do I got to get? Because, I mean, this sounds amazing. It's got to be at least worth $20 a ticket.
Yep.
What are you asking? What do I got to do? How much blood? 3 pints? 4? How are we doing this?
Yeah, so this year times are tough. I know the economy is rough, but it's all free.
Get out of town.
Yeah, so
that's even better.
Yeah, so you don't have to pay a thing to come in and enjoy what we have. All the activities, the music that we have planned. Now, if you want music or food, you might have to pay for the food, but music, activities, community engagement, all
that's amazing.
That's all free.
Wonderful. Yeah, we've got kids zones. There's going to be face painting, the children's theater, the carnival's going on the whole time. Music kicks off at 5 p.m. with the Interstate 90s going right into Tennessee Whiskey and Libido Funk Circus, which sounds like a fantastic Friday night lineup for that. And so you can go to Community Days at the 195 Jackson Street in Gilbert. That's the Town Square Park that's there. But Riley is telling me that I need to be at the Gilbert's CommunityDays.com tells me I need to be at the Town Center for the shuttle to kick me over to the Town Square, which doesn't have as good of parking.
Yes. So Town Center has a much larger parking lot. But, I mean, if you search for Town Square Park, you'll get to where you need to go.
Absolutely. I bet if you drive around Gilbert's enough, you'll hear where the party is.
Exactly. So. And you'll see the signs, too.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for being here with me today, sir. Is there anything that you would like to push right here in the last couple minutes?
Not too much. Just another big shout out to all of our sponsors. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to make it free for everyone. So it's really great to see all these businesses coming together for the local community to throw on a party like this.
Absolutely. We thank you. We thank you a lot. That's Rec Auto Group. That is Elgin Recycling, Brown Commercial Group Incorporated, Shocks Towing, and what was it?
Plody.
Plody. That was it. I feel like there should be an H in there somewhere. Plody Property Management, LLC, the presenting sponsors that really helped us out. Of course, the Dunkin' Donuts, and also the Midwest ecological side of everything, too. I look forward to it. You look forward to it. Be there. Community Days, Village of Gilbert. Thank you very much, Mr. Lynch, for being here with me today.
Thanks for having me.
You're listening to it. This is WRMN. You're out to lunch with us. Coming up in the next hour, we've got some more news, some more weird Wednesday type of topics. If you ever missed this interview or any of our interviews, make sure you go to WRMN1410.com. You'll be able to get to our YouTube page from there. And you can just go directly to our YouTube page, youtube.com. Here soon, we're going to have a lot more digital archive options for you. But until then, this is Out to Lunch. I'm Dennis Green. We'll be right back after the news.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 1 o'clock.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Eloquist.
An accident on the Jane Addams Memorial Tollway has taken one life. The accident occurring near Randall Road on westbound I-90 just outside of Elgin on Monday evening, leaving the rider of a motorcycle deceased. The accident remains under investigation. The Forest Preserve District of Kane County launching a new initiative targeting high-speed electric bicycles, with concerns mounting over the potential hazards posed by e-bikes, particularly those that can reach up to 28 miles per hour. The district is implementing a digital speed sign to encourage compliance with the 15-mile-per-hour trail limit. In a move to tackle the opioid crisis, the Kane County Health Department teaming up with the Kane County Cougars to educate and equip the community on overdose prevention. The summer campaign will feature public awareness campaigns at the Cougars games, video messages, and live training sessions on how to use naloxone.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
We're for Washington. We love Febrez's new scent. Refresh and energize.
So much we made a song about it.
I can't escape this feeling inside. Refresh and energize. It's a mood, it's a vibe. Breathing for the first time. So free, so alive. Breathe happy for free. Smells like paradise.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. No matter the time of the day, WRMN 1410 AM is your platform to voice your views, share your stories, and connect with the Valley like never before. We're more than just radio. We're a community conversation that's always live, always local, and always looking for your input. Want to chime in on the drive time deal with Matt McNeil? Got a hot tip for first shift with Marky B? Or maybe you've got a question for a one-on-one with Leah. Now's the time to make your voice heard by calling Studio 14 at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. You can join in the dialogue from wherever you are by commenting on our YouTube live streams at WRMN Radio. Hit the subscribe button to get notified when we go live and bring your comments to the table. It's easy, it's fun, and hey, it's what neighbors do. We talk, we listen, we engage. You're not just the audience, you're part of the show. Call in, comment, and let's make radio interactive. WRMN 1410 AM, where your words are part of our wavelength.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Blue Jays pounded the White Sox 7-2 in Chicago. It was the 7th straight loss for the Sox. At 15-41, they're off to the worst 56-game start in franchise history. Nicky Lopez tripled and doubled for the Sox. Andrew Vaughn singled home Zach Remillard in the 8th. In 10 innings on Tuesday, the Cubs doubled up the Brewers 6-3 in Milwaukee. Mike Tauchman hit a go-ahead single in Chicago's 5-run 10th. The result snapped a 5-game skid for the Cubs. Ben Brown struck out a career-high 10 over 7 hitless innings. Milwaukee got their first hit on Sal Frelick's one-out single off Hayden Wesneski in the 8th. Milwaukee's NL Central lead over the Cubs was trimmed to 3.5 games. The Brewers got a pair of runs in the bottom of the 10th before Tyson Miller struck out Andrew Monasterio to end the game. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy?
Totalmente.
Now you can get 50% off any unlimited data phone plan. That's one line for only $25 a month, and you keep the phone you love. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. So find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Offer ends July 31st, 2024. Promo subject to cancellation after 12 months. Available exclusively online and in Total by Verizon stores. Requires a compatible unlocked device and SIM. See totalbyverizon.com for device compatibility and additional details. Taxes and fees may apply.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 biggie bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of JVC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Discover the authentic taste of Italy at Mazziano's Pizza and Pastaria at Route 20 and Nestler in Elgin. There is one true fact of everyday life that never dulls: the simple pleasure of eating great Italian food. At Mazziano's, they'll make sure your dinner or lunch will be the best part of your day. Whether you have a taste for pizza or any of Mazziano's homemade Italian recipes, like ravioli or lasagna, they can also cater your party. Enjoy it any way you like: delivery, carry out, or dine in. Visit Mazzianos.com.
Welcome back to Out to Lunch. WRMN 1410. 1410. That's the AM dial right there. That's why we keep that 1410 attached to the WRMN. Without the WRMN, there is no 1410. Without the 1410, there is no WRMN, etc., etc. Peas in a pod. All part of the radio jargon that happens around here. We've got radio jargon because we like to let you in to the inner workings, right? Local radio's not dead. We're just, trying to get in shape. That's all it is. If you'd like to know a little bit more about how WRMN is getting in shape, go ahead and go to WRMN1410.com. You see, WRMN 1410 keeps going together. If you see another WRMN out there, say, whoa, wait a minute. Hey, you're not the OG. If you see another 1410 out there, you're not in Illinois. You're way out somewhere else. We are Fox River Valley, as it goes here. I've got a few callers coming right into the show. Let's go ahead and get them in as we go here. Feel free to call into Studio 14 for this out to lunch conversation. It is coming up to about 8 minutes after the hour, so you know that I'm actually live, ready to go. Here is our first caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. What would you like to talk about today?
Nothing. I just want to order something.
Oh, you want to order something? Well, let me tell you a little secret. We've got the Redemption Center open right now. Let me give you that number real quick, and Matt McNeil himself will help you order.
Okay.
You got a pen?
Yes, I do.
Here we go. Redemption Center is 847-741-7700. So 7700. So that's 847-741-7700. And Matt McNeil himself will be right there to answer and help you take your order. What are you planning on getting today?
Battery Plus, Country Donuts, McDonald's.
Oh, that's the fun stuff right there. You know, we've got a Top 10 Wednesday deal going. He'll tell you about it, but we've got Remix Market has got $10 off on that certificate. And a bunch of other things. Lifeline HVAC. I'm not sure if you're a tanning person, but Internal Tan has got a $20 package for $7 right now. You're not interested in a tan, are you, sir?
No, just trying to get batteries for a remote.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Just like that, if you have a need, go ahead and call into the station and we will hook you up. The Redemption Center is open from noon to 3, physically open. So come down to the Redemption Center here on 16 Douglas. We are the evens, they're the odds. The shawarma place is, shawarma stop is going to be the odd over there on 13. We'll be 14 and 16. And you can go ahead and come in and see Matt McNeil. He is your radio shopping concierge, and he will help you put together a package. I have seen this man create miracles with the inventory. It is amazing how he wheels and deals. Oh, my goodness. If you want to talk to a guy that's going to make sure that you get the best stretch for your dollar, that's Matt McNeil right there. Again, you can call him at the Redemption Center, 847-741-7700. If you want to call into the show to buy something, he will be on the air. We made sure that we gave him an air shift, too, for those of you that like to listen to the buys and the deals that are actually advertised for it. We've got him on from 3 to 6. So that's where we're kind of talking about today's topic in here, which kind of leads into it, is the programming aspect of it. Is Matt McNeil, my show, Marky B's show, all of our shows, including One-on-One with Leah, Four Corners, Las Mañanitas, even as far as Coast to Coast and Brian Kilmeade. They are all programming that we put on here onto our 24-hour playlist, let's call it. I mean, I hate to boil a radio station down to that, but again, Einstein said if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it. So that's where it's going right there. So hopefully we've got a caller coming in and seeing what we can do for this caller. Hello, caller. Come on board. How are you today? Hello, caller. Jennifer, are you there? Hello, caller. Murrow, M-U-R-O, hello. Nope, that must be a pocket dial. But if you are listening and you want to get some of those daily deals that are coming in, go ahead and call the Radio Shopping Center at 847-741-7700. He'll go ahead and help you out with that. Him by Matt McNeil. So let's get back to it. The programming is what we're talking about, and obviously we want to we want to deliver something to you. We want to make sure that it is worth listening to, right? I mean, when you watch something, when you do something, when you contribute your time, you are spending something. You're spending, if time is money, well, you're spending money with us. But you're ultimately spending time. Which I think is more valuable. Honestly, I don't think time is money. I think time is greater than money. And if you can save time by having money or skills or what have you, time is what you really need. Do it quickly, get it done. But with this, we've got time. I've got 24 hours I need to fill. You have 24 hours that you need to fill. What do you fill it with? Do you fill it with work? Do you fill it with sleep? Do you fill it with family time? Do you fill it with video games? Do you fill it with jogging? Do you fill it with crochet? What are you doing? So I want to talk a little bit about the programming that you all enjoy. Is it more documentary style? Do you like more investigative reporting? Are you more of a headlines listener? I just want the headlines. I want maybe, 50 words on something, and then I want to go to the next headline. But to make a style of that, BBM style. Here it is. I'm going to just do it, knock it out, spin it. Next story, as if you were reading just not necessarily an in-depth newspaper, but you're just reading the snippets. You're looking at about 100, 150 words and a headline. Or do you want something that's more in depth? Here's the headline, here's the catch, here's the thing as it pops up. Now let's find a subject matter expert and kind of dive into it. If it turns out that we discover cheese on the moon, do you want to just hear 50 words about how some scientists discovered cheese on the moon? Or do you want us to invite on a farmer and an astronaut and talk about what does it mean that cheese is on the moon? What is the depth of your content? We all have that side. We all either play in the shallows, which is fine. You could play in the shallows all day. I talk a big game about disc golf, but I play in the shallows. Trust me, I am in no way a pro in any kind of way. A lot of times I just grab whatever round piece of plastic I can find and then play around on that. I don't jump into the whole a couple $100 into your kit. I'm just out there to throw some plastic and hopefully not hit trees. So that's what I mean. Or are you that person? Do you want to get into the weeds? Do you want to get into that? Are you, not necessarily call it the intellectual, but are you that cerebral-minded person? You like to learn. You like to have those facts. Even if you don't retain them, just being able to hear that, oh, my goodness, they can run that far. Oh, my goodness, it's that tall. Like, it's to the point where do you want those in-depth facts, or do you want something that's more across the top? And this is just us talking about the news cycle. That's all we're talking about at this point. Do you want to just say, you know what? I need a break from the news. Can we just talk about sports? Can we talk about entertainment? I'd love to have maybe a movie show where we talk about the different movies that are coming up. What type of content do you want? That's what we're here to do. You are listening to the foundations of WRMN's new era. You are listening to the growing pains of WRMN's new era. Here's the thing. We're going to have growing pains. Sorry. Just part of growth. My hope is that these growing pains aren't for naught. I don't want to have growing pains and grow twisted. I want to have growing pains and grow in the direction that our audience wants to receive it. If you want us to grow straight and have apples, then let's grow and grow apples. If you want us to grow curvy and grow oranges, then let's do it. But I want to grow with the community because that is our goal. I know we say it over and over and over and over again, but you know what? If you are passionate about something, you can't stop talking about it. You know what I mean. You know about that great deal you found. You know about your own beliefs, your own religion. There's lots of people that are evangelicals for their beliefs. And they won't stop talking about it because they feel it. And that's what I feel here for the community. Because every community deserves, I almost wanted to go as far as everybody deserves a WRMN, but everybody deserves a radio station that they can get a hold of. You think about that? You think about all these different independent radio stations that are out there. If you were to call them right now, who picks up? Do you get a voicemail? Do you get somebody from New York? What do you get with your, I mean, I hate to call them out, but your Jack FMs? What do you get with your networked programming all the time? Now, by all means, you get network information. I love network information. I love national information. I love national politics as well. I'm a junkie. I love it. I get the itch. I want to see what's happening with this trial, or I want to see what's happening with that legislation, or I want to see what this person is alleged of doing here, and what did they say at this speech. I want to be part of that. I feel that being active in your process, in your system of government, if you're not active in it, you don't know what is being changed. But I digress. Community. You want to be passionate about a community. And I'm not talking the passion of like, oh my goodness, I'm mad. The flip table type of passion. You want to be passionate for the future. We've lost a lot of that. Lost a lot of that, I believe. I believe we keep looking back. And yeah, you want to get red hat, blue hat, look back or whatever. My issue is that we don't have that bright future, right? When Kennedy jumped in, he said, welcome the 60s. Bring it on. Bring on the 60s. We said, bring on the millennium. Now what? 25 years later, we don't want to have the greatest century. Oh, it's going to be great. We'll see the turn of the century. It'll be amazing. Let's go. Did we lose momentum? What happened? Don't tell me it was COVID. COVID, yeah, may have accelerated what we were all feeling. But we knew the direction. You don't turn around and say that you want to make something the way it was again and tell me that you're looking forward. I don't want to make something again. I don't want an old president. I want a new one. I don't want somebody who was president. I don't want somebody that used to be vice president. I don't want somebody that was a billionaire tycoon. I want, hopefully, in my lifetime, someone who represents me. I'm not saying gender. I'm not saying ethnicity. Someone that represents my generation. Heck, I'll even take an Xer. Why can't we get any representation from the X? Why are we voting backwards? That's what I want to do. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the future. How do we get to the future, and how do we make the programming that will help us look for the future? Yesterday, I met with a fantastically optimistic young man, Alex Greif. just graduated from Elgin Community College. This man, this amazing person, doesn't know how long he's got. But he still is setting down roots. He's still changing the world as he walks through it. Touching lives, inspirational side of it, but just to be able to meet somebody with that much optimism. And then you've got us. Now maybe you've got decades, maybe you've only got years, maybe you've only got days as well. I'm going to butcher it, but I believe it's Confucius that talks about the man who plants a tree that he will never get shade from is the one that understands the world. What trees did you plant today? What warm and fuzzies did you give out? Did you give somebody a good job? Did you inspire somebody and say, man, I like what you did here, but maybe there's a few things here and there, but man, you're going the right direction. I'm not saying pat bottoms and tell them they're the prettiest thing in the entire world. Oh, you're so special, the best thing in it. No. Let's be honest with each other. But let's be encouraging. Encouragement is what drives the future. Discouragement destroys the future. Anger at each other, anger at a system, anger at whatever, that's just going to tear more down. Let's lift it up. Who have you lifted up today? That's what I want to talk about. Uplifting programming, uplifting communities. Hopefully WRMN is doing a pretty good job of delivering that so far. You're listening Out to Lunch. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I've got more announcements coming up. Feel free to jump into the conversation. How do you feel the future? Do you see the people that are contributing to it? Do you want to shout out somebody who's contributing to the future? Let's do it. As Tom Hartman says, despair is not an option. Let's keep moving forward. Forward in growth. Grow with WRMN. We'll be right back after these.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions of just about everything. Last year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products were sold in the U.S. Sure, it may seem like saving a few bucks on the things you want isn't a big deal, but counterfeits are usually made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. And the money you've paid, it goes right into the hands of criminals and may support child labor, drugs, and even gangs. Smells like big crime to me. So if you still think buying fake products is harmless, think again. And remember, if you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart, buy smart. Go for real. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org. This message is brought to you by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Is it noon already? Take your lunch hour up a notch with Out to Lunch from 12 to 2 p.m. right here on WRMN 1410 a.m. Unwind with the perfect blend of soothing sounds and lighthearted conversations that'll make every bite taste better. Whether you're in office or out on the town, let us serve up the best in radio company. Stream on the go with our app on Google and Apple. Because lunchtime is your time. Out to Lunch every day from 12 to 2 on WRMN 1410 a.m., the talk of the town.
From morning coffee to your evening commute, WRMN 1410 AM is here for you. The faithful friend that brings you local news, timely topics, and the friendliest voices in the Valley. Stay informed, entertained, and engaged with our full lineup of shows, streaming all day, every day at WRMN1410.com or on the WRMN app. Wherever you are, we're right there with you. So why switch stations? Stick with the one that has it all. WRMN 1410 AM, your daily companion, your constant conversation.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
Keeping your car's coolant system in good shape with a regular flush is really important. Let the experts at Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin remove your old coolant, preventing chemical buildups in your engine. Then they'll fill your entire system with new coolant to help your engine run smoothly and prevent rust and corrosion, increasing your engine's lifespan. To schedule your appointment, call 847-888-9644.
As the Elgin Police Department continues to participate in the Distracted Driving campaign, they wanted to share some tips from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website regarding safe driving. If you are expecting a text or need to send one, pull over and park your car in a safe location. Once you are safely off the road and parked, it's safe to text. Designate your passenger as your designated texter. Allow them to access your phone to respond to calls or messages. Do not engage in social media scrolling or messaging while driving. Are you struggling not to text and drive? Activate your phone's Do Not Disturb feature or put your cell phone in the trunk, the glove box, or the back seat of your vehicle until you arrive at your destination. Remember, the Elgin Police are conducting directed patrols to enforce distracted driving violations. Just drive and stay safe. A message from our friends at the Elgin Police Department and your friends here at WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. The lightest, fluffiest pancakes are calling your name at JoJo's Diner, 1935 West Gulf Road in Schaumburg. JoJo's has a huge breakfast menu featuring skillets, eggs Benedict, and so much more. Don't stop at breakfast. JoJo's also offers great burgers, sandwiches, and shakes. And for mouth-watering prime rib, try JoJo's for dinner. They have such a versatile menu. JoJo's Diner is family-owned and operated, and it's one of Schaumburg's best-kept secrets. Visit jojosdiner.com today.
Join the Boomers June 4th at 6:30 versus the Florence Yalls for Educators Appreciation Night, presented by Waterville Advisors. Come out to Wintrust Field on June 5th at 6:30 p.m. versus the Florence Yalls, presented by Encore Village of Schaumburg. On June 6th at 6:30 versus the Yalls, it will be Busch Light Bucket Hat Giveaway. The first 1,000 fans 21 and over will receive a Boomers bucket hat thanks to Busch Light. Also 2-for-1 Busch Light beer all game.
This summer, get outside and enjoy a quick round of golf at the Twin Lakes Golf Course in Palatine. Twin Lakes features an executive 9-hole golf course with a driving range, cafe, and pro shop. Just starting the game, lessons are available. Take a couple of hours for yourself and stop at the Twin Lakes Rec area off Northwest Highway and hit the links. For a tee time, call 847-934-6050.
By love of food and wellness, Mockingbird Bar and Garden of East Dundee encourages you to eat seasonal and clean while still indulging a bit. Whether food is served fresh or wood-fired, nothing is overcomplicated. Mockingbird Bar and Garden promises to give your palate something delicious and new and aspires to be a hive of buzz and activity. Start your weekend with an espresso or complement dinner with wine, specialty cocktails, or craft beer. Visit mockingbirdbarandgarden.com today.
Welcome back to Out to Lunch, WRMN 1410. That's the place. This is where you're listening. Hope you're listening on the AM dial. That's the oldest way that WRMN has been broadcasting. 75 years. 75th anniversary happening this year, 2024. What's that put it at? 49? Somewhere around there, 1949? Mark's the math genius. I'll tell you, that guy's a walking calculator sometimes. I've got logic and things like that, but I'll tell you, that guy, boom, knows his multiplication table forward and backwards. Listen to him every morning, first shift, Marky B. Lots of fun things happening on First Shift with Marky B. We're talking about programming a little bit today. By all means, jump into Studio 14 conversation, 847-931-1410. Or, you know what, I haven't been checking, but there's a lot of people there. I bet there's a lot of people on the chats that have been talking. Oh, my goodness. Lots and lots of stuff. We've got William Conway. Can you get rid of the Brian Kilmeade show? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. We've got some things here. Oh, some people speaking in. Hi, Sonar. Working on your cheat sheets. We'll get them typed up accordingly. Absolutely. Hey, what do we got? Wireless caller. Oh, somebody jumped off. We got some caller right here. Hello, caller. Welcome into the show.
Well, hello.
Hello, Benjamin. How are you, sir?
Good, man. It's my favorite show and your favorite guest on this show, right?
Absolutely. And my number one guest. If I had a bar graph of all of the guests I've had on here, you would be my number one guest.
Yes. Nice. Well, how's it going? What did I miss, man?
Man, well, let me get my notes together. Oh, I'm so excited. Let me tell you about all the fun things that are happening. Community days, first off, this weekend. So if you want to head over to the village of Gilbert's, I think Ben and I might be over there. It really all depends on what we're doing this weekend for Four Corners. But I think Bill just told me he is going to be on the air, or I'm sorry, he's coming in to record tomorrow. So it'll be good. Let me lock you in because I've got a VIP on the side here. Let me lock you in and bring on our very own Steve Thorne. Hello, sir. How are you today?
Hello. Can you hear me? I'm driving in the car with my older car, and I have to have it on speaker.
I read you, Lima Charlie.
All righty. Well, I'm only chiming in, besides saying hello, and that I always enjoy your show.
Thank you.
One of my favorite shows is indeed Brian Kilmeade.
Yeah, what do you like about Brian Kilmeade?
To your other callers chiming, saying take it off, I think it would be more appropriate if he said it's not for him.
Fair enough.
But it is for a lot of people, because I know a few of my friends that all are dedicated listeners, and they're so glad that you're airing it.
Yeah, what do you like about Brian Kilmeade specifically? Let's make a case for the gentleman, because I'm on the other side of the fence on his politics, but I do enjoy the aspect that that he brings with the different voices. It's not just him saying the same stuff over and over again.
He calls the shots correctly on both sides of the fence. So granted, you might say you're on the other side of the fence of his politics.
Yeah.
Because he's conservative by nature, which is the side of the fence I am on.
Mm-hmm.
But still, when some conservative does something wrong, he doesn't ever defend them. He calls them out. He calls the shots the way they should be, and he broadcasts all the news, not like the liberal papers or stations that cover some of it up.
Do you have an example?
Like him for his openness, his candidness, and the way he's able to get information.
Do you have an example of him calling somebody out? I mean, I think the most recent one I can think of is maybe Santos. I think is the most recent one of him kind of like not playing favorites and saying, no, the guy was a little corrupt and he doesn't need to be there. So I definitely get that as well.
That one as well. But I've even heard him call on a bunch of things that Trump has said, where he said, as much as he's a pro-Trumper, he says, Trump shouldn't have said this. He shouldn't have said that. I just can't think of all of them right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Plus, I'm trying to balance this. I'm driving a stick shift with my dog next to me, and
I'm sitting here putting you on the spot. You're a true broadcaster, Steve. You can get any distraction.
Briefly, I'm setting the phone up and down while I'm shifting gears, so I can't really keep talking. So
you get wherever you can safely, sir, and we'll put a vote in for the to keep Brian Kilmeade.
Thank you.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
I gotta go.
Have a good one.
Thanks. Bye.
No, Steve is absolutely right. Having both sides of the conversation is what you really need. Now, by all means, my problem is, and I talked a little bit about this with Julie Mann when she came in, and she ran the news department for WBBM for a while, is by all means, I want to have a conversation with somebody, whether it's my side, their side, whatever facts that come around. The question I always propose is, how much coverage do you give round Earth versus flat Earth? That's the litmus test for me.
Yeah.
Is by all means everybody's opinion, and let's maybe not say opinion. Everybody is special, Ben, and everyone has an opinion. Therefore, every opinion is special. Is every opinion valuable? In the sense of we do need to make sure that we check all of our boxes. and like our ship is sinking. Well, can we use these Dixie cups to bail water? No, that's a bad idea, but thank you for checking it off the box.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, it's like I like to say, opinions are like nose holes. Everybody has two of them. If the first one is stupid, then give your second one, and if that one's bad too, then just you're probably going to get ignored.
If the first one doesn't work, it goes. For the Mr. W for WRMN, I would imagine that's what it is. What is really bothering you? For Mr. WRMN, I'm sorry, there was there's a little typo in there. No, I like listening to Brian Kilmeade because I like hearing intelligible people explain their position. That's what I want. I don't need somebody to shout. I don't need somebody to shake their fist at me. I don't need somebody to call me un-American because I vote a certain way. What I need somebody to come in here and say, hey, man, this idea you got over here, let me challenge it real quick and see if it sticks. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
You take power away from a challenge, Ben. When something comes at you, when some fact hit you right in the face, you take some of that power by questioning it. I'm not saying not believe it. I'm saying question it. Trust but verify, right? That's what Reagan said.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's all about just keeping the forum open and being able to change your opinion when you meet the hard evidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, Benjamin. It's the dogma Chris Rock approach. It's easier to change an idea than it is to change a belief.
Amen.
And our policies for our government or our parties or our politicians or something like that, of course they're rooted in beliefs. I believe that chair will support me if I sit in it. That's a belief. But as soon as I sit down and it collapses, well, I better change my belief. I better change my idea. I better change what I think is true.
Chair. Nope, I'm fine. This is great.
Yeah, and for a while, Ben, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to end up questioning all chairs.
Right.
It's going to take a while for me to rebuild that trust in just chairs in general, right?
Yeah, it's just like having when you injure yourself, and then you're like looking at ways not to have it happen again. Like, you stub your toe, and then you're looking for rocks on the ground.
It's true. It's that concept that's there. But we're all in our own journey. We're all trying to get to it. And like we talk about here, voting and politicians and representation is not a taxi. Let me explain that a little bit for those of you who aren't regular listeners for us. Voting is not a taxi. It doesn't take you from door to door. You don't call. Or I guess for those of you that are on YouTube who know what an Uber is, so it's not an Uber. Let's say that it's not door to door. I don't call it. I don't get it. I don't drive all the way over there. It is a public transportation system. You find the scheduled time to adjust what you need, and you take that transportation as close to where you need to go as possible. Then, once you're done at the bus station, you then walk the rest of the way to your house. By all means, if your bus that you voted for drops you off in front of your house, congratulations, you know which bus to take. It's a really easy decision for you. But if my bus is still 4 miles away from where I need to be, I still got to take that bus. It's the only one available. It's the only one there. I can't call a taxi. I can't pull an audible. I got to take that bus stop. That's 4 miles away. And hopefully next time I'm able to take the bus, maybe it's a little closer to my house.
Yeah. Planning ahead and the options available.
Absolutely. William Conway comes in, says, bring back the Jamie D show. William, plead a case. Let's get going. This programming that's here, we want to make sure it's tailored for you. Dad and son comes in as well. Love community days. Looking forward to heading up again this year. That's right. We did talk with Mr. Lynch, Riley Lynch. He put on this amazing community days over here. They kind of continued it when it shut down for the pandemic. Go to gilbertscommunitydays.com to learn more information. But the real skinny of it, show up to Town Center Park, and the shuttle will take you to Town Square Park. And that's where the festivities are happening. Thursday, May 30th, the carnival starts. Friday, the carnival continues, but live on stage at 5 p.m., Interstate 90s, Tennessee Whiskey, and Libido Funk Circus kick off the first day of music, man. I cannot wait to listen to some of this, buddy.
That's great. Yeah, the community days, and that just sounds like a whole load of fun. Let's do it.
Yeah, it does. We got Cleveland Dennis on deck, too. Welcome aboard, sir. What would you like to talk about?
Am I on?
Yes, sir.
I'm Avis. I'm number 2.
You're Avis?
Avis. Isn't Avis always known as the number 2 car rental?
Oh, I don't know. Avis?
I thought I was your number 1 caller.
You're my number 1 listener. You're my number 1 listener, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah. You and maybe 12 other people never miss an episode, and I appreciate you guys.
Well, I just wanted to chirp in with this. You're talking about encouragement. I actually had an encouragement for someone earlier today.
Let's go.
Not going into great detail, but they're trying to complete a loan for a new house, and went over everything with them, just trying to help them out. And,
Good luck. Good luck to them.
Encouragement. Yeah, no, they're going to get it worked out. We got them the money, and they need to do what they got to do, and that's it. But just wanted to say, hey, it's a good show today. I liked what Steve had to say. Is he the number one guy, or is it's Bo? Bo's the number one.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Steve's on the I think he's the number one for how many shows Steve is on. I think Steve is on the most shows.
Yeah.
Of all the shows that we have.
He's crowding the program.
No, it's because we love him. No, I love his insights. I love him jumping in. Even the Brian Kilmeade side of it. I love his insights for things, and you as well, sir. Any insights from you? What's your favorite show on the station right now?
No,
of course, other than me.
You won't get me. I go off in the world after you guys are off. Your live shows are off. I don't pay attention too much. I got work and other things to attend to.
Okay, so our live streams. What are you like listening to the interaction aspect of it? Okay, I'll tell you what. We did some programming changes. How do you like the music in the first shift?
No comment.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Well, it's because I have a different eclectic.
What do you like to hear?
Programming. What do I like to hear?
Yeah. What music do you listen to?
I'm an old record collector.
Okay.
From the 60s. I collected old 50 music. Plenty of that. I got a lot of 60s. I'm a crack expert at a lot of that.
We can get you out there. I got a Conway Twitty record or two around here.
Yeah, I'll come over and take a look at it.
Yeah.
But I listened all the way through the 70s, and then, it comes a time when enough is enough. I belong actually to the Buddy Holly fan club. I joined in the early 70s when I bought a small collection of his albums. And really got tuned into him. Yeah. And,
would you appreciate a golden oldies show if we were to put together a playlist or somebody to DJ that?
Well, sure. I guess I would listen, but I'm old enough. I'm laughing to myself that the golden oldies show. I kind of passed them by.
Oh, fair enough.
Because I like. You can go back and I listened to a guy. He's actually out of Cleveland, but he's originally from Kansas City. He's broadcast out of, out of birthplace of country music, where he goes and digs up old country songs that never made it. And he makes a show out of them twice a month for about an hour. And he calls himself, Frank the Drifter. And it's just fascinating, some of the stuff that never made it and some of the stuff that's pretty distant. I listen to Angel Radio out of the UK. And it goes on and on. So the music for me, it's just different because I just have I don't know. Now, I'm not going to say a more sophisticated taste, but a different taste than most because I've been listening to this while I work for the past 25 years.
There you go.
And it's a lot of listening. You get tired of hearing certain songs, and I won't bring up Stevie Wonder, Paul McCartney, and so forth and so on. Okay?
Yeah, where they're kind of heavy-handed on that. Well, I appreciate your insight, Dennis, as always. Have a fantastic day. I hope to talk to you later on this week.
Certainly. Thank you very kindly.
Got it. Cleveland Dennis right there checking in with us. If anybody knows our programming, that's definitely there with Cleveland Dennis. Catherine is trying to make sure that that you and I know some Spanish, Benjamin.
Love it.
She's jumping into Por favor. We've got aquí. See, here's the other thing that I've got a question for. I hear aquí and I hear allí. I hear both of those. Aquí is here and allí is there.
Oh.
But
who knew that?
There's something for aquí, which being here, is a different pronunciation of Aquí, which is back to it. But starting to learn it. Don't know what word learn is in Spanish. I suppose I should learn that, if anything. Eventually.
Go to escuela.
Say again?
You have to go to escuela to learn.
It's true. I need to. I learned a few things like excuse me. Was it disculpe? Excuse me.
Escúchame?
No, that's listen to me. Escuchen is listen.
Oh, wow.
Escúchame, yeah. Like your Spanish teacher says escúchame a whole bunch. That's because nobody in class is listening.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Escúchame. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Just looking at their phones.
That's it. I get that sometimes. I teach Gen Z. Gen Z in an academic post high school type of climate in a vocational school. Yeah, they love their phones. It's crazy. Is sometimes they'll have full on conversations with me while they are TikToking. It's odd. So what I try to do is I try to do something tangible with their hands. So yesterday what we did is I'm teaching board operations, Ben. So 4 weeks of how to drive a board seems a little excessive to me, at least. As 4 weeks, 2 hours a day, 3 days, so 6 hours a week times 4. I mean, 24 hours? See, again, Mark's way better at this than I am. You're telling me 24 hours of learning a board? Like, come on, I'm going to teach it to you maybe in 4. I'm going to sit here and stare at each other.
I know there's a lot of buttons, but it's only so much.
There is, but how much does an intern level person really need to know about it? Like, they're not going to rewire it. They're not they know which ones not to touch. So it was odd. So what we did yesterday is I made them rip up pieces of paper, and they had a microphone, they had a soundboard, they had headphones, and they had a tower, like an air feed. And I said, of these 4 pieces of paper, we're going to play a game of what they are. Like, what's a transducer? What one has an input? What put them in order from me as the host to you as the listener. So it was a fun game that we played. But at the end of the day, I mean, it took us maybe 45 minutes to knock out that. And I'm like, you guys know everything. Like, what else am I supposed to really do? So that's where I'm going to send them today, probably into the studio.
There you go. That's what I was going to say. That's the best way to learn is just to get that experience behind the board, running audio through it.
Get those reps. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to get a couple of them are going to sit in studio with me. I'm going to split the class in 2, and one half is going to kind of do a show, kind of like talk and maybe do a podcast or just kind of a conversation. And then somebody's going to come in, set their levels, and then we're going to look at it, see how their levels are set. And then once they're set, I'm going to send them out, mess it up, and then bring the next person in, and then split. So we're probably going to do something like that. But you're right. It takes reps. It takes reps to get good at anything. It takes reps to change a habit. Earlier in the show, we were talking about the future, about how we're planning the future, about how we can't have despair. We have to keep planning for the future and get better and better and better. And a lot of that is training. And you have to train your mind and have to build a habit of positivity. By all means, it's easy to build a habit of negativity. Oh, this sucks here. That's painful there. Oh, this is ugly over there. It's a lot of it. There's a lot to do. It's hard to build a habit of positivity. And it takes reps. Oh, that's a nice thing over there. Oh, look at that beautiful over there. Oh, isn't it lovely to hear the birds? Oh, I love the rain on the flowers. Like simple things like that. You start to build that habit of positivity, those reps that are in there. And that's what I'm going to get my students to do is a few more reps.
I love it. For just something that I'm looking at a butterfly right now.
Oh, amazing. Good job, Benjamin. I hope everybody gets some time to get out today. Thank you for listening to Out to Lunch with WRMN. Lots and lots of great things that are happening, especially this weekend. Go ahead and go to GilbertsCommunityDays.com to know more about the Community Days celebration that's happening starting tomorrow for the village of Gilberts. Also, this Saturday, Elgin's got the Pride Parade. That starts at 11, I believe. I'm still trying to get an interview for the Pride Parade. We'll see how it goes. I'd like to talk to somebody about that. It's in our neighborhood. Why not do something about it? Face painting and all kinds of things. Oh, my goodness. Summertime is coming around the corner. Summertime. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. That's Benjamin Boquist. This is WRMN. We'll be back tomorrow. Keep listening. More cool stuff.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.